Realistic elevator. In my opinion, this is one of the coolest redstone projects that you can work on as a redstoner because it's not too difficult, but it still requires a lot of redstoning skill for you to make it into a reality. Now, because this is a very popular project, a lot of people have tried to make their own versions of a realistic elevator, and there are a lot of variations of this project on the internet. However, all of these designs are not realistic enough, and I think they can be made even more realistic. So in today's video, I will gonna show you my attempt at making the most realistic elevator in Minecraft. So yeah, hope you all enjoy. Hello Minecrafters and welcome back to another Redstone video. In today's video, I will explain to all of you how my most realistic elevator actually works. Now because I don't want to drag this video for way too long, I will get straight to the point. So here is the elevator itself. I will describe it a little bit. The elevator supports 15 floors, but over here I only have 9 floors because of compactness, but you can of course expand it if you want. If I just click this button, the door will open and I can get inside the elevator. I can also open the elevator if I need something, so it will take a while, but yeah, it will open. Also, if you want to go up to another floor or go down to another floor, you have to click this node block. I have indicated both of these node blocks using emerald and gold block, but you can customize the block that you want. All of these iron blocks and the glass block and the lantern up here, you can customize it. If I want to go from, let's say, floor 1, which is where we are at, to floor 4, I can click this node block 4 times and then click this node block to confirm. The elevator will take a little bit to do the logic, but after a while this part will activate. Yeah, and we should go up, and as you can see, all of the elevator moves with you. So the glass block move with you, all of the iron blocks move with you, the lantern moves with you, the node blocks and these 2 blocks move with you. And yeah, we are on the 4th floor. We can count, so that's 1, 2, 3 and 4. You can also call the elevator. So right now I'm on floor 2 and the elevator is on floor 4. If I just click this button, we will wait for the logic to kick in, and eventually this elevator will go down from floor 4 to floor 2. So as you can see, it's going down, and in a moment it will be, yeah, the elevator will be right here, and the elevator door will open and we can get inside the elevator cabin just like that. This elevator consists of 6 main circuits. I have color coded all of these circuits so I can explain them a little bit easier. We will start from the white circuit, and I have here like a prototype for the white circuit. It's basically the same, but looking at this will make you see a little bit better. So this is basically the elevator door. Now the elevator door actually has over here 2 segments. We have the glass block, which is the first segment, and we have the iron blocks over here. So when we flick this lever, the door will open, and when we unpower the white circuit, the piston will close. The piston door will close. The way it works is actually pretty cool. So the piston door consists of these 4 sticky pistons. When we are trying to open the piston door, what will happen is first this redstone torch will turn off. So this will make these 2 pistons retract. So I take step. Okay, so as you can see, these 2 pistons retract and they pull the glass block out of the way. After that, these sticky piston right here will push this piston into this space right here. So we can see that happens if I take step a little bit more, like that. Okay, so now the first segment of the piston door is fully open. We just need to open this iron block segment of the piston doors. So we push these 2 sticky pistons into position, and at the same time we have an observer pulse over here which powers this slam block, and because slam block is a full block, it's a solid block, these 2 sticky pistons will extend, grabbing these 2 blocks and pull them back into the walls, and we can see that happens just like that. And yeah, as you can see, we have the elevator cabin fully open. We can walk in like so. The closing of the piston door is also very similar to the opening of the piston door. It's just reverse. So if I turn off the piston door, this means that the piston door will close. And I will now go into free cam so we can see. Alright, the first thing that will need to happen is these two sticky pistons need to extend to push these two iron blocks to this space, and we need these two sticky pistons to split the block. To do that, we can use a short redstone post, and that will give us the result that we need. Oh, I should not be here, I should be here. Okay, so we have a short post, and if I just tick step a little bit more, as you can see, it's a very short post. It's only 2 redstone tick long, and the sticky piston extend, and those 2 pistons will leave the blocks here. After that, these 2 sticky pistons will retract these 2 sticky pistons like so, and then this torch will power again, powering these 2 sticky pistons, and these 2 sticky pistons will push this glass block to this space right here like so. And that is the opening and closing of the white circuit, which is the piston door. Next, I will talk about the light gray circuit. Now, the light gray circuit in the final version of the elevator has been modified a little bit, but the core logic is still the same over here. So I will use this version so you can see everything a little bit clearer. So what does the light gray circuit actually do? What it does is it start and stop the elevator. So basically the light gray circuit is the circuit for the station for the elevator. So we can start the elevator by hitting this no block, which will power this rail, and it will power the 2 fly machines that push and pull the actual elevator cabin in here. In order to prevent the elevator from going up, what we can do is have a fly machine which will go over here to block the elevator from going up, because piston only has a 12 blocks push limit, and we can use that to our advantage to stop the elevator from going upward. So now if I just activate this fly machine, and as you can see the elevator is going up, it will stop at this station, and this is a very early prototype of the elevator, so a lot of things has changed in the final version, but the logic stays the same. So yeah, we have stopped the elevator here, and the white circuit still works. So if I just activate this, as you can see, it still works. Okay, now what happens if we want to go up even more from this point? Well, what we can do is activate these 2 pistons. These 2 pistons will stop the elevator from going down, and the only way the elevator can go now is up. So if we just activate this, the elevator will go up again, and it will reach this part of the station, and we can also open and close the door. Okay, so now what happens if we want to go down? What we can do is activate these 2 pistons to stop the elevator from going down. And now if I just activate the elevator like so, the elevator will go down, and it should stop on this floor in just a moment. And yeah, it has stopped at the correct floor, and the door works, as you can see. Now we are gonna go into the gray circuit. Okay, so what does the gray circuit do? Well, the gray circuit controls a lot of stuff. First, it controls how long the piston door for the elevator actually opens. So if I just click this button, as you can see, the elevator door opens for a little bit and it closes. The way we achieve that is using this post extender right here. The gray circuit is also responsible for detecting whether an elevator is on that floor, and we detect that using these 2 sticky pistons right here. if there is an elevator on the floor, these two sticky pistons will look like this. So this block will be here, and there will be a block here, like so. If a floor doesn't have an elevator, these two sticky pistons will look like this. So this block has been pulled back to here, and this block has been pulled back to here. This will cut off the redstone signal coming from this button towards the post extender, which also powers the door. So we will not be able to open this door when there is no elevator in it. We also send the redstone signal from the button to the orange circuit, and I will explain the orange circuit later in the video. When an elevator is going to that floor, like this, the gray circuit will reset and prompt the elevator floor like that. So now you can use the button, aka the floor selector panel, inside of the elevator. Now we are on to the most important circuit of this entire elevator. This is the black circuit, and what this black circuit does is it determines whether the elevator should go up, go down, or open the piston door for the player to go out. The black circuit has two inputs. Here is the first input, and here is the second input. The first input accepts a value that I call the start value. Now, in order to get the start value, whenever you click on a floor, this trapdoor will flick and it will update the wall. Depending on which trapdoor that you have activated, the corresponding observer will activate. So for example, you activate this trapdoor. If you just follow the wall, that means that this observer will activate and this redstone line will activate. The redstone line here will decay and it will reach here. Down here the same thing happens, but down here the input is not the start value. This input down here accepts another different value that I call the destination value. To determine the destination value, I have this very old counter right here. This counter will count from 1 all the way to 9. When that happens, this redstone line will activate, and depending on which observer is on, the redstone signal here will be different. But what are start values and destination value, you might ask? That's a very good question. The start value is basically the floor number that you are currently at, and the destination value is the floor number that you want to go to. For example, I'm currently on floor 1 and I want to go to floor 2. This means that my start value is 1 and my destination value is 2. This applies to every single floor combinations that you can think of. Now that we have understood what start value and destination values are, I can start explaining the black circuit. The black circuit has to check for these 4 possibilities. The first possibility is the user doesn't input a destination value. So basically, the user doesn't click the golden node block. When that happens, what we need to do is open the door. The second possibility is the start value is greater than the destination value. When this happens, the elevator needs to go down. For example, I'm currently on floor 2. This means that my start value is 2. I want to go down to floor 1, which means the destination value is 1. And the start value is greater than 1. 2 is greater than 1. This means I need the elevator to go down from floor 2 to floor 1. This logic applies to every single floor. The same thing also happens if the start value is not greater than the destination value. When this happens, we need to move the elevator up. For example, I'm currently on floor 1, which means my start value is 1, and I want to go to floor 4, for example, which means the destination value is 4. 1 is not greater than 4, which means I need to move the elevator up if I want to go from floor 1 to floor 4. Now there is an edge case that this elevator can face, and that is what happens if the start value is equal to the destination value. Now with this logic over here, this will break these two logics. To fix this issue, what I do is I just open the door. So I don't activate this, and I don't activate this. I just cancel these two inputs. But how does the black circuit actually check for those 4 possibilities? Well, it all starts from here. This comparator checks for those 2 conditions. So it will check to see whether the destination value is greater or whether the start value is greater. If the start value is greater than the destination value, there will be a redstone signal over here. It will power this post extender, and if we follow this post extender, we can see that it goes to a very weird part of the circuit. Now this part of the circuit will switch the destination value and the start value. So over here, the start value will keep going this way, the destination value will keep going this way, and if the start value is greater than the destination value, we basically switch place these 2 signals, and this part of the circuit does that. Then we just run these 2 redstone signals up to the red quarter, and this red quarter will tell the red circuit part here what to do next. I will explain this part later because this is the red circuit part. If the destination value is greater than the start value and the destination value will not switch place with each other. Let's do an example. I'm currently on floor 1 and I want to go to floor 2. What I need to do is enter a destination value of 2 into this node block. So I have to click this node block twice. 1, 2. Now if we go to the counter, you can see that the comparator is outputting a signal. As this is the destination value, it will go to this right here. So now this comparator will only power when the start value is greater than the destination value. So the start value needs to be greater than 2. However, because we are in floor 1, the start value is not greater than floor 2. So when I hit this node block, and now I begin tick stepping, eventually we will see this redstone line light up. Okay, as you can see, the redstone line has lined up, and if we check the signal strength, we have power of 7, and if we take 7 and we minus 6, what we will get is a signal strength of 1. Now this signal strength will go to here, and it will go into this comparator. Because 1 is not greater than 2, we will not get an output over here. So the switching over here will not happen. The start value will continue its journey over here, and the destination value is over here already, as you can see. However, we are not letting the signal going through using these repeaters because we need the start value to go to here first, and then we can unlock the destination value. So after a while, if I just keep doing this, eventually it will reach this point. And now, as you can see, this comparator is powered. And because 1 is not greater than 15, there will be no redstone output over here. However, since 1 minus 0 is equal 1, there will be a redstone signal going through here. And now, it will go through here. In the process, unpower this redstone torch, and this will also release the redstone signal down here in just a moment, like so. So now this signal will go through like so. The start value, which is 1, will go into this side of the red quarter, and the destination value will go onto this side of the red quarter. As you can see, this is a signal strength of 2, and it will go into this. And now we were gonna activate the corresponding bubble column to activate the correct red circuit, which will tell which part of the light gray circuit needs to be activated. So in this case, we want the piston down here, in this case obsidian, because we don't really need to have a piston here. So we need this to go up, and we need to prevent the elevator from going up past floor 2. This means that this red quarter, this part of the red circuit will activate this light gray circuit, and in a moment we should see that happens. If I just keep tick stepping, this process is pretty long, but yeah, as you can see, there is some updates over here. And now this part of the fly machine will start flying like so. Another elevator will go up, it will reset itself, there will be a tune, and yeah, we have managed to go from floor 1 to floor 2. This also applies when you want to go down. So instead of the start value going through this red quarter, the start value will go through this red quarter, and the destination value will go through this red quarter. Those two signals just switch places with each other. Okay, now we have to check for these two possibilities. So how does the black circuit knows when the user doesn't input any destination value? Well, if you have noticed, there is a sticky piston here, and this sticky piston is pulling and pushing a block. And what this block does, when we input a start value here, it will power this redstone line, powering this piston. This piston will push this block down, and inside this barrel there is an item. The comparator will read the signal coming out from this barrel, and it will go into this bubble column. Now this bubble column is the reset line, as you can see. It will reset everything, and it will also prevent any redstone signal coming from here and down there. To do that, I just have some repeaters which powered and cancel the comparator, and yeah, that's basically how you prevent the redstone signal from going through. When the user doesn't select any floor, this piston will be like this on default. But when the user selects a floor, this redstone line down here will turn on, and it will retract this sticky piston. Now what happens if the destination value is also equal to the start value? Well, I'm currently on floor 2, and if I input a 2 in here and go down here to the counter, you can see as this piston activates, and this piston push a block up to the second observer like so. This observer is connected to the second floor, and we know that this is the start value for floor 2, which means that this rail will get powered. Now what's gonna happen is, because we have selected a floor, this piston will retract like that. But if this rail is powered, this piston will spit the block to here, and the redstone part, which cancel all of the signal coming from here and down here, will be activated. So let's just take step a little bit, and eventually we will see that this rail will light up. As you can see, the rail has lined up because that trapdoor just activates and powers this observer. This observer has a block here, so it will power this rail, and now this piston will spit its block like so. And now this part of the circuit is no longer valid, and this part of the circuit will cancel the two signals coming from here and down here. And if I just skip a little bit more, as you can see, this signal has been cancelled by this signal, and eventually the signal will die like so. Same thing down here, the signal cannot go through, and because of that, this part will reset and the door will open and close, and we can reuse this part of the circuit again. Okay, let's move on to the red circuit. The red circuit, in a nutshell, it just takes the signal from the red coder and tell the light gray circuit what to do. So, for example, I want to go from floor 2 to floor 1. The red circuit will tell the light gray circuit to activate this fly machine. So this fly machine will go onto here, and then we activate this line using the brown circuit. So the brown circuit is responsible for activating the elevator itself. The final circuit of this entire elevator is this orange circuit right here. Oh wait, there is also the yellow circuit, but the yellow circuit is just for the elevator tune when the elevator reaches a floor. So it's not that relevant. Okay, so what is this orange circuit? This circuit is the core function for the elevator. So for example, I'm on floor 1 and I click this button. The elevator needs to move the elevator from here down to my floor. The way I do that is each floor I have to wire this over here. So if there is an elevator in there, this part will get cut off. But if there are no elevators, this part will not get cut off, and the redstone signal from the button will go into the orange circuit. The orange circuit will input into the black circuit. It will overwrite the black circuit with the actual floor level here. So if we look at this, we will know that this is the destination value line, and we overwrite it like so. So the start value now is basically the destination value, and the destination value is the start value. I know it's a little bit confusing, but let's have an example. Here is our example. I am on floor 1 and the elevator is on floor 2. Now if I was on floor 2, that means my start value is 2 and my destination value is 1. But I'm on floor 1, so this means my start value is actually my destination value, and it is equal to 1, and my destination value is equal to my start value. So now the start value is actually 1 and the destination value is 2. So if I just click this button, now we follow the redstone signal, and we should begin to see some resonant signals coming through here. And as you can see, this block is being pulled back, so the resonant signal will manage to go into the orange circuit. The resonant signal will go into this red coder right here. It will update the piston like so, and now this repeater will activate this redstone line, and we will get a signal strength of 7. And now we just have to subtract that by 6 to get the value that we want, which is floor 1. And the orange circuit will also activate the trapdoor, which has the elevator, so it will activate this trapdoor like so. So yeah, we've input our start value into the circuit right so, and well, the black circuit will do its magic, and we should see the elevator goes down. Yeah, just like that. Well, that's the end of today's video. This is one of the most complicated projects I have taken on, and it was really fun to make. One thing that I want to mention is why I was working on the logic for this elevator. I was searching through YouTube and I found this video. Now at that point in time, I thought that no one had ever done this type of elevators before, but I was wrong. There was someone, and this is their channel, and their design, in my opinion, is significantly better than mine. The elevator cabin is significantly larger. It's a 2x3x2 instead of my 2x2x2 cube, and it's also faster, and the redstone is more compact. I'm not the first, but who cares? I have managed to make a realistic elevator, and that's good enough. And I think it's surpassed a lot of elevator designs I have seen on YouTube and other social medias. So that is something that I should be proud of. Like always, I really hope that I have explained this kinda clearly. I don't know if I have made this even more confusing or not. You can let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I will continue to try to make awesome redstone contraption like this, because they are fun and they are also very interesting as well. If you want to have a world download of this world, I will provide a Google Drive which contains the world download in the description. I really hope that you have enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching again, and I will see you all in the next video. The next video that I have in mind will blow your mind. It will be significantly more complicated than this thing right here, but I'm down to take on the challenge. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching again, and have a nice day everyone.